Yeah, hello and welcome back. In this section, I would like to show you how to generate a bunch of data. For now, we have here this. We are exposing our little route here, but I want to keep it more dynamic. I'm very lazy in typing, and so I'm interested in generate. For testing purposes, we need let's say 100 animals in our zoo, and let's say we want to achieve like 20 zookeepers, and it would be very it would take quite some time to hard code all of them, but luckily we have this beautiful library here from Marak called Faker.js. And to use it, just give me a moment. To use it, I would like you to go into your terminal, into your project, and here please make sure in the Visual Studio Code that you're running. I will close the Postman for now. It was just for demonstration purposes. I want you to, this is the console of the Postman, let's quit the whole Postman. So after doing this and after, here's my project. And into my project, I'm looking in my dev dependencies. What I want to achieve now is that I want to install Faker in my dev dependencies. To do so, I have to stop the running task if it is still running for you, the webpack task. And you need to type something like npm install -- save because you want it in the dev dependencies. And then we go for, let's say, it should be Faker. I think this should be anything we need. So I want to enlarge this. So please go into your terminal and there type npm install -- Faker. And it should install the whole Faker library for you. On the site I was looking at is npmjs.com Faker. I will copy paste it here for you to that you can see it larger. Say slide. No, I don't have any slides left. Faker. This is the URL and www.npmjs.com/package/faker. You can also Google it. It should be installed now. Yeah, it is installed. So you have here how it is working. It's quite easy. And I want you now to go inside if it is still running your localhost 3000. So please abort this API server here and go into the API tab. So make sure that on localhost 3000 nothing is served anymore. And now I would like you to go into your code editor. Where's my Visual Studio Code? Hello. No, I think this is the wrong one. There it is. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused about this many screens. This is the way it should be. So, just to make sure, did I install it in the correct? I am not quite sure whether I installed it in the correct path. Let me double check. The API server is there, but I think that I am here in the wrong directory. Yeah, I'm in the wrong directory, I'm sorry. I need to go one up into AK skills, React boilerplate. So now let's do it together. Please stay with me. Errare humanum esse said the Latins, and they meant everyone sometimes is wrong and does mistakes. So we again now npm install -- save -faker because I want my dependency here. We should see this package JSON updating very soon. It installs faker now. So let's check. Yeah, and as you can see here, faker is there. So now I want us to write a seed, and to do so, you know, we can do complicated things, but just stay with me. It's quite easy and it's good knowledge for web developer. I want us to create a new file, and let's call this file seeds.js. Seeds for, you know, you planting something and now it grows. Yeah, and in this file, this is the common JS style, so don't be mad. We are module exporting here because we are on the node side of the world at this moment. So we are module exporting a function, and we're requiring faker here. So let's require faker from our node environment. So yeah. And also I would like to make use of Lodash. It's quite a helper. You will see in a moment why I am interested in using it. Lodash is a very handy library. It helps you by sorting arrays and anything. Let me show you the Lodash documentation very fast. Lodash.com. I really, yeah, you should have a look at this. Lodash.com. It comes very handy. You can do anything. You can map over objects, or you can trim strings. You can map and it returns a new map, or I showed you map. You know, there are many things to do with Lodash. I want to do something like times now. It's a util, and it means that we do an iteration over it. It's like for each loop, yeah, but it's way faster to write. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to return, yeah. And what do I want to return? I want to return an animals. I guess this was our route. And this is the usage of Lodash. You know, I could do something like for each here, yeah, and 50 times, but Lodash is way more convenient. So I just say times. This is my iterary. This is how many times. Let's say I want to get 100 animals. And as second argument, I'm passing a function. In this function, I'm providing something like a number. And inside this, I want to return an object. I think it's already clear what kind of object we want to return. We want to return, you know, we are not now in the JSON world, so we are in the JavaScript world, so we can simply say we don't need the quotation marks. So we can say we want to return the ID of num, and num gets counted up every time. So this is like 1, and the second time 2 and 3 and so on and so on. And now to the faker part of things. For the name, it's quite easy. We can say faker. We are making use of the faker object, and then faker name. And then we can do something like find name. We also could do first name, last name. Find name is a method. So yeah, we need to call it as a method. And now to something difficult, because faker doesn't have species. I was a little bit too fast for when planning the project. So we are now doing some kind of fantasy species or Wolpertingers. And to do so, I will provide a catchphrase noun. And on the company object, I will show you a little, not on the commerce object, but on the company object, there is something like a catchphrase, you know, and catchphrases are always good. You know, it's like, let's check the documentation. We have here the company. This is how you call it, you know. You make use of the object, and then you say like object.address, and you want to get a city, object.address.city as function. Or you want to make use of a company. You want to generate a random company name. Then you are going to make use of the faker object, and then you writing something like faker.company, and then you're calling the company name method. And we are making use of the catchphrase. I know it's not correct, but we are making use of the catchphrase of the company to provide a species name, because the API doesn't provide animal names. So it provides animal images, but they are quite slow on loading, and so let's work with texts here. It's okay. And for the gender, I will introduce you to the concept of randomize something. We have a helper here. We have helpers on this, and we can randomize. It's a function, and in this function I can write an array of objects that should be randomized between. So here I want to provide male and female as both genders. So the possible outcome of this randomized function is M or F. And for example, let's say I would do something like this. The outcome would be like 3, and so on and so on. But I only need like 2 genders here. I think it's okay, even nowadays. And for the age, we go with faker.age, because we have tortoises and parrots. I think parrots can get very old too. Let's random. It's another method on faker, and we are randomizing a number. If we hover here, we can see how it works. We can provide options, or we can just provide a max number. I'm deciding to go the easy way now, and I want to provide a max age of, let's say, 100 years. Yeah. And now, this is it for now. I want to show you how to start this little script and how to make use of it. To do so, I would like you to go back to the shell you started the process in. So in the API server side, we should have now the database JSON or the seeds.js, and everything I will do now is I start my JSON server with JSON server, and here I go for seeds.js. I had a typo. JSON server seeds.js. Yeah, no, cannot find low dash. I think, I'm sorry, another spelling mistake. You know, this comes if you type too fast. It's called low dash, not with an A, but low dash. Yeah, and now it should work. So as you see here, now we can visit the localhost animals route. And here in the animals route, we will see that we have generated now, let's check out the localhost. Here we can see we have animals en route. We have 100 entities there. Let's check one entity. It's okay, very interesting. The catchphrase is quite interesting for the species name, but the species is future-proofed zero administration project. Okay. I think we could somehow improve this, because the species names are quite long. Let's condense it down to catchphrase noun. Yeah, and I don't want the complete catchphrase. The catchphrase is mostly subject, predicate, and an object, but I only want a noun here. So I need to restart my JSON server seeds, and if I do it now, it's better. It's not the very best, but the species is projection, the species is product, The species is internet solution. Okay, I can live with it. The species is portal. Species is task force. Okay, it's not this nice. As you can see here, they have complete names. Cyrus Oberbrunner. He's species of policy. His gender is male, and he is like this and this old. Yeah, you know, it's not the very best thing, you know. I think it will come handier if we provide the zookeeper route. So let's do it very quick. On the same level here, on this level of the animals, you know, just look for the closing bracket. Here is the closing bracket of this, and yeah, after this function, I want to provide a new route. This route should be named like zookeeper, and here I want to, let's say, I want to generate like 20 zookeepers, because I think 20 zookeepers should be enough for for animals, and I want to return them. We need also an ID for them. We need a name for them. The name is just like the faker. Yeah, okay. I want to show you a little bit about nesting of objects. You know, you can have something like name, and then here you can do something like first name. Then we can do faker name, first name method. And then we can do like name, like last name method, you know, faker.name.last name is also a method call, it's viable. And we want to, yeah, the salary should be enough. And the salary of these guys should be like a randomized number between, let's say, the lower level guys are earning like 5,000 euro a year, and the higher level guys are earning like 20,000 euro a year. This should be it. So as you saw, I only provided a new object here of kind zookeeper. This will be the route that is available, and hopefully now in a perfect world it should work. No, first name is not a function. It's pretty uncool. Okay, let's check our first. I think it's more like the camel case thing. And faker random, because I was missing number here, right? So my first spelling mistake was here. First name needs to be in camel case, so first and then capital N name. And also, if you want to apply a random function, we need to call it on the random object, and there we need to call a number. So, but for now it should work, I'm quite sure. Yeah. And this is now how our server looks like. So our server gives us 20 zookeepers. We have here Patrick Prosecco. He has a very low salary, and I think it's a decimal problem. Yeah, I think there's a decimal problem. Let's provide. Yeah, who cares? It's okay. Let's provide them from here. I don't care. So, but the thing I do care about is that we were able to provide actual routes. So in the next sections, we want to make use of these HTTP verbs. And to do so, our first thing that we want to do is, let me bring it up on the screen again. Here on the local host 8000. And the thing I would like to do now is that I would like to fetch this list from our API. So it's a bunch of animals, and provide the details here, but not that we are hard-coded anymore, but that we could make use of the generated list via the API call. And for this, I would like to introduce you Axios, a little tool I can show you now. Axios npm. This is a quite handy helper for a promise-based HTTP client for browser and Node.js. I really like this little thing. And we are learning to know Redux Thunk in the next section. And there was one thing I'm missing now. Not the router thing. Okay. Yeah. I'm looking forward to see you in the next section, guys.